Welcome back to Africa This Morning. We're now on Table Talk, and today we are going to be tabling the conversation on young women in leadership. And joining to share with us her story as a top young women, top 40 under 40 leaders in Kenya is Esther Kinuthia, who is a blogger and a marketing associate at Google. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for inviting me.
You laugh, but I'm in awe.
I'm also amazed.
Share with us your story. One, as a blogger, so that you can get your perspective, because you have three mantras that you use when you're putting any kind of information online. Your history as a blogger, how you got yourself in motion, because I know sometimes when blogging has its own you know, hurdles in terms of consistency and also in terms of content.
My blogging journey has been very interesting. It's a long story, but I'll try to shorten it and bring out the most important aspects. I didn't always think that I'd be a blogger because I wasn't like the best in writing compositions in high school. I really didn't think I'd be into blogging. However, two gentlemen, one of them is called Madung and the other one is called Sama. So they used to see how I write long status updates and I'm willing to share stuff online, like share my opinion, and guys would comment. So they thought, actually if we put this content in a blog, the blog would thrive. So they're like, hi Esther, I would like to give you a blog. And I just grabbed the opportunity. I mean, I saw it made sense. It's nothing that jeopardizes my career or, you know, my reputation. I was like, okay, cool, give me the blog. So I eventually got the blog, not even knowing what I was going to blog about. Then one day, as I was, you know, I'm the kind of person I like pushing people to pursue their dreams, and I can even go ahead and buy you something to ensure that you chase that dream. So I got some money, I saved some money, and I went to a tailor to help my sister get her fashion business started. So when I went to the tailor, I met this grandmother. She was borrowing money, and in fact, it's like she has been there for a while, and she looked like she had gone to the market and done some work. So I felt so sorry for her, and I was like, oh my God, has nobody not noticed her? So I decided to give her the money, and I decided, you know what, I can always save. I mean, I'll get money the next day. My parents, it's guaranteed. And then I felt good in my heart, and I felt like there's a story to share here. So I went and wrote it on the blog, and that just set how the blog would be. And that's how I developed my mission. My mission is to inform, inspire, and ignite the African youth. And my vision is to have quantifiable impact on the African youth by, you know, influencing impactful conversations online. So that has been the journey. I just continued. Madung kept pushing me, you know, when he saw I'm a bit getting comfortable, like, Esther, you know, you need to sharpen your skills. So that was the journey. Then at some point, they were changing their business. So they had to shut down the blog. So it was up to me to decide that I now need to learn.
You need to own it.
Yeah, I need to own it. I need to know what hosting space is. I need to know what a domain is. I didn't know anything. So the following day, I cried that night, by the way. I cried. I was like, oh my God, what do they mean?
How can they do this to me?
I was like, I've worked on this blog. I'd already gotten 10,000 views in such a short time. And I'd gotten partners like Suzy Beauty, L'African Hair Salon, Mr. Price. And these guys are telling me that. Anyway, so I decided the following day, you know, I learned that you need to act fast. Went to iLab crying, I don't know, I need to move my blog and I don't know what to do. But it just helped me.
That's a beautiful story, because we'll need to, one, look at the mentorship that you got from young men like Madung and such institutions that are willing to stand behind you, and also mentorship psychologically from iLab that will guide you to actually own your vision in blogging. But who is Esther? Who is Esther Kinuthia? What do you do? What exactly have you trained in, even as you are taking on blogging?
I am a student in Strathmore University, majoring in marketing and business administration. I have a passion for marketing, and now I've developed a passion for technology, because after third year we need to do our internship. So as I was looking for my internship, I got the opportunity to get into Google, which again is another interesting story on its own. And now I've developed a passion for marketing, technology, and business development. And I can say that's all about Miss I, Esther Kinuthia, because the blog, Google, all of them, they surround marketing, technology, and business development. Let's
look at the mentorship, because by the time you're starting with the first story, when you saw one individual who inspired you to actually put pen to paper in another way through technology, and you shared that perspective and you saw the response. Share with us the mentorship that you got from individuals like Madung and other institutions to actually guide you to own your vision.
What I can say, it's about, you know, individuals seeing the potential in people and being there for them. Sometimes you don't necessarily need someone to give you $1 million shillings and tell you, you know what, here, start a business. Sometimes it needs someone to tell you, you know what, Esther, you're good in blogging. Keep doing what you do. And that voice will be so powerful in your mind that that voice that keeps telling you, Esther, you're not good enough, will be
maybe you
shadowed.
need to think of something else, you know,
yeah.
getting schizophrenic negativity.
Yeah, it won't, because of that one person that believed in you. You know, like there's a reason why they believed in me. So Madung he was never satisfied with what I do, by the way. And I was like, what is wrong with you? I've
given my all. Yeah. My heart is here. You know?
What do you mean? You know, Esther. So I like that he kept pushing me better. So, because now that's me, like in the blog, I never get comfortable. Even when I got the top 40 award, I was like, now it's either I continue being on this list or get into Forbes, you know? Yeah. Because, you know, Madung is like, Esther, never get comfortable. Like, I'm trained. Yeah.
Psychologically, to just always stay on edge,
yeah,
so that you know that, one, you're not the custodian of all knowledge, and there's always a higher level to actually get to.
Yeah.
As an individual who's been named in the top 40 under 40 list,
yes,
which is a list of excellence in whatever sphere, salute to you, first of all, and congratulations. Share with us the moment you got the news, especially getting it for something that you're not really, you never thought you'd ever do, which is writing.
True. Yeah. I mean, I was surprised because the previous day I was thinking of quitting the blog, by the way, because much as the blog was doing well, I was thinking it seems like the youth are very interested in gossip stories and all that shenanigans. Which is something we'll touch on. Which is something I will never do. So I was like, you know what? I mean, it's not like giving up on the dream. It's more of maybe channeling my energy into something else. So I was really demotivated. And I really felt like, you know, it's time I quit the blog and just focus. And then the following day, I received an email from a gentleman called Bob Kwegi, and I'm like, what? First of all, to be honest, I didn't even know what it meant. He told me, congratulations, you've been nominated in the top 40 under 40. I didn't know what that meant. So I emailed it to my brother and asked him, he's called Esther Kinuthia, and I'm asking, what is this? What does this mean? Is this real? You know, because is it a spam? I don't want to get excited. And then I also, you know, confirmed with the PR manager in Google. She's called Dorothy, and she told me, yeah, I know Bob Kwegi. Congratulations, Esther. And I got excited, and for me, that was, you know, the sign. You know when you hear these quotes at just when you're about to give up, that's when the time.
The darkest hour is the one closest to dawn.
True. Yeah. It actually is true. You know, maybe sometimes we think these quotes are just there to make us feel good, but that's what happened for me, and it was a reason to continue blogging. For me, I can say it just saved, you know, my career and my passion.
And your vision as well.
Yeah.
When you got the award and you're now in the list.
Yeah.
How has that spurred you to always keep yourself on edge, to keep yourself sharp? Has it changed the way you think about your content?
Yes.
And what do you do to always stay at the top of the list, if I may put it that way?
When I got the top 40 award, I told myself I need to do better. I cannot continue it's true, it's good to continue doing what you do, but you know, do it in a better way, because you cannot be given that award again. So if you're even looking forward to getting that award again, you need to get better. So that was inspiration to also be on the edge. And for me, I feel like the top 40 award is more of a responsibility. It does sound really awesome, which it is awesome, but I feel it's a responsibility. When a young person hears, wow, you know, there was a 21-year-old on the list, they need to look at that person and feel inspired and see why that person is on the list. So you need to continue doing things that matter to show them how to even get there, or some of the things you do to get on the list. So, and I also want to offer now quantifiable impact, which is why I started an online mentorship program, because I feel I was mentored to get there. So it's, I want to give back. On. Yeah, I want to pass on and be able to see someone on that top 40 list that, you know, I helped, or just even probably told, you know what, you're good. Just simple like that. I
was thinking we were going to touch on the issue of the hunger that the youth have nowadays when it comes to light information and content that is so much leading towards negativity, if I may put it that way, gossip and all the content that will not get them to a higher level. But let's dissect your mentorship program. How did you get started? Did you feel confident? Because there are times, even when I'm asked, we need you to mentor me, I always get 400 question marks in my mind. Am I ready? Am I actually at the point where I can own someone else's vision and journey with them to where they need to get? How confident were you the moment you started considering mentorship? Was it something that you were offered, an opportunity you were offered, or is it something that you initiated yourself? It's something that I initiated myself. You know, when I was just reflecting in my life and looking back, and I just saw how women have been there for me. You know, they say women are each other's own enemies, but for me, women have been my best friends. That's powerful. So yeah, I looked back and I felt inspired, and I thought, you know, maybe this is the best way to change this generation and even have a big impact. During the Top 40 Award, the Vice Chancellor for Kenyatta University told us, when you go out there, mentor 3 ladies.
it needed one person to just generate that idea into my mind. So when I thought of interviewing the top 40 women, I thought, how can I do better? Because I've been doing interviews, but now I need to make my interviews better. So I am requesting some of the top 40 ladies to offer their mentorship, and we've already started the program. I have 6 mentees for 2 ladies, and we are continuing. Soon we'll have 50, 100, yeah.
And the list will grow, and the tentacles will grow wider.
Yeah.
What challenges have you faced? Because this is you've mentioned a few when you're starting your story, the crying, the losing your mind, oh my goodness, people falling off the wagon.
Yeah.
But what are some of the challenges that have really stuck with you, that have sharpened you, and have made you realize, one, this is a story that I'm going to keep telling, because blogging is a lifelong journey.
Yes. Yeah. Support from people. As you can see, nobody's going to share my interview with a CEO, Margaret Ireri. They're going to share, oh my God, check out this socialite's new car. You know, not that you're doing things for people to share, but sometimes, you know, that support can, you know, it kind of boosts your energy to continue doing what you're doing. So I've had to share like a crazy woman on Facebook. I tag people, and I do this constantly without getting tired. It's challenging, you know, when people don't give you feedback. Maybe you'll see you have over 100,000 views, but only 3 people will come back and tell you, Esther, I love what you're doing, keep doing what you're doing. So that self-assurance, it takes a lot of energy to keep going. And I'm not, I mean, as you can see, I also didn't study IT in school. I've had to teach myself how to start a blog, how to edit a blog. How to make your blog functional. Yes, yeah, I've had to learn a lot, teach myself a lot in the technology world, which is also challenging, because probably at the same time you're studying marketing, you're also an intern and all this stuff. But it has been an interesting journey. I mean, I have, you know, now I have a thicker skin. I see why you should continue doing what you're doing. Like after the top 40 award, you know, you see the reason why you should just continue doing. For the right reasons, in the right ways, it'll just, the right things will happen in the right time.
You're going gangster on the whole issue, right?
Yeah, you know, just be, but then you have to be gangster with it. Otherwise, you're just gonna chicken out, feel sad, oh my God, no support.
And you'll be another person who's fallen off the wagon like many have.
Yeah.
When you're looking at the youth nowadays, that's the aspect that is the core of the issue. You've just mentioned one thing, the fact that one, you can have 100,000 views or less sharings, even when it comes to content that is really, you know, thick, deep content. But when it comes to very light gossip, drama, very negative aspects as well, there's a lot of sharing, a lot of conversations around it. How are you working around that particular environment to change the way the youth need to use social media for good? Yeah.
First of all, I'd like to say that, I mean, I was shocked to see that a socialite is the most searched person in Google when unemployment rate is 40%. You know, I mean, so for me, I feel like I need to continue doing what I do so that we can, nobody will ever say, well, this content was not available. Like, yes, we might be searching for this, but you see, maybe Miss I was not doing what she's doing. So that's one reason, so that people will never have a reason not to search for good. Let it never
be said that it was never said.
Yes. Yeah. And then, sorry, I'm forgetting. I'm answering which question?
Yes, you're answering the question of one.
What am I doing to show the youth? It's just that this issue gets into my mind a lot. So, you know, just continue sharing. As you can see, I mean, you just have to continue doing what you're doing with what you have. You may not have the budget to have a billboard like for Miss I Read My Blog, or have like online advertising. Just, you know, doing what I do.
Just keep going and keep fighting.
And the guys will see it.
The last word that you have, even as we close the interview, what can we expect from Esther, even as you're going into the new frontier?
Miss Independent show. I'd like to be the next, but bigger Oprah Winfrey. Yes.
You're going to be in another queue there. I think I'm somewhere on the first number, So we'll be competing on that. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much
for inspiring to get your story and even get, you know, the idea that the youth can actually use social media for good, and you should be an inspiration, and you are an inspiration to other youth out there.
Thank you so much.
Keep going, and you'll stand in line to be the next Oprah in Kenya, if not Africa. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
For the youth out there who have been watching this interview and are interested in using social media for good, Esther is here. She has a mentorship program. She has content online that can guide you to put the right content online and share with your peers so as to get change on the right track. Thank you so much for joining us. I hope you've been inspired. From the team and myself, enjoy the rest of your viewing.